Hey, part 2 of thinking about programming differently. How do we challenge position, right? Remember, position is the game. Ultimately, sport, activity, going out in the world is taking all those positions and putting them together into context. But one of the things that we have going for us in the gym is that we get to simplify our movement systems and really highlight certain aspects of a position or a shape and train those positions or shape. Coordination is just as important as changes in physiology or changes in muscle diameter. What we know, for example, is that if you went to physical therapy and they're like, we're working on some strengthening exercises, I'm like, how long does it take to get strong? 4 to 6 weeks? So maybe we know that we're actually making neurologic changes in efficiency early on when people pick up strength and stop being in pain, because it's not about strength at all. It's about movement and testing rigors of position. So when we're in the gym, one of our favorite ways of thinking about what we're doing is not by just doing a bunch of crap, but by layering in what we call skilled conditioning. And one of the tenets of our skilled conditioning model is challenging positioning by cardio respiratory demand, which means that's really great. You look really great. Can you do it when you're breathing really hard? And suddenly you put a little bit of aerobic load, a little metabolic load into someone. What we see is where they kind of wilt, right? And look, I'm not talking about smoking your legs so you can smoke your legs again. Clearly, our power athletes and our Olympic lifting athletes have taught us a lot about how to generate force and how to train for force production ideally, right? And that may mean that, hey, this is the one aspect that I'm training, I need to be able to do it when I'm fresh. But for conditioning, for accessory work, for challenge position, or even rehab, as we've talked about before, using challenging or basically being able to do our rehab exercise under cardiorespiratory demand, this ends up being using fatigue as a way of challenging the robustness of position. And by the way, that's sport. If you fall apart and your soccer touch drills go to crap because you're breathing hard, well, that's one of the reasons your coaches want you to be conditioned. So this is just a simple way of, instead of saying, hey, we're only going to practice these skills fresh, we're going to now practice these skills and challenge your ability to demonstrate this skill with cardiorespiratory demand. And that could be jump roping, that can be line touches, that can be bike, that can be row. And suddenly what you see is not only are we trying to replicate potentially, hey, you have to be able to practice handling this cardiorespiratory demand, getting organized, management of all those feelings of feeling like you're going to die, and be skilled. Well, it's an easy way of challenging position. Is that the best way to learn a new skill? Probably not, right? Your coach didn't just throw a bunch of balls on there and go, run around, kids, now let's work on skills. What they did was you drilled, and then scrimmaging, that means putting it together. So think about adding some cardiorespiratory demand as a scrimmage for your training. Oh, it's really great. You think your shoulder's super stable and you're building that rehab program? Great. Let's get you breathing hard and then show me you still have access to the motor control, the motor learning, the biomotor expression of what your system is. If you can't do it while breathing hard, maybe you can't do it.